Good morning everybody, and welcome to Hawkeye Traders. This video that I'm going to show you now is going to show some examples of the Hawkeye volume. The Hawkeye volume has taken me one hell of a long time to do when I think about it. It's probably, although I've been trading 20 years, it's certainly 10 years of continual programming to actually do the volume. The green shows you when there's buying volume, the white shows when there's neutral volume, and the red obviously shows you when there's selling volume. We also include in the indicator the volume radar. Red shows you ultra high volume, yellow shows you high volume, and cyan shows you ultra light volume. I'm going to show you several charts with all the indicators on because I want to build up the picture of how Hawkeye works and how Hawkeye can help you take consistent money from the market. But if we go and have a look at the S&P weekly, you can see that right back on the 27th of July 07, and I repeat 07, not 08, Hawkeye went short on the S&P on the weekly, and you can see that here we have the red volume coming in. We have 4 bars of ultra high or high volume going through the market. Our heat map, which I will come on and explain later, has gone red. Our trend has gone red, and if you were wanting to trade stocks to the long side, Hawkeye would not allow you to do that, and if you were trading stocks to the long side, you would be tightening up your stops. So here you can see the volume going through, and right down at the bottom of the market we get 2 bars of ultralight volume. Markets do not go down usually about 80% of the time on ultralight volume, and I call this the tanker effect, that once you see it, the market will go sideways, like we saw over here, the market sideways, and then it will crack off, or alternatively it will show us that there is a turning point coming up. And over here the turning point happened when the Hawkeye trend here goes white, but over here we see that there are 2 bars that come through, and that shows us that the stopping volume is coming in. But although there's big momentum in the market, and rather like an oil tanker, it takes 5 miles before it stops, you can see that the market continues, and then buying volume comes in, momentum comes into the market, and on it goes. So let's have a look at some other charts, and you can see that even on a 5-minute chart, and this is taken on the 31st of December, so the market is very quiet. Again, you can see that red volume comes into the market. Our trends all click in to the downside, and the market just goes sideways and downwards, and then ultra high volume comes in near the end of the market. So Monday is going to be a very interesting day just to see what happens. So the Hawkeye volume works on all time frames, whether they be daily, weekly. And again, let's go and have a look at our gold chart. You can see that the gold here on the weekly is showing you that it's bullish, but then of course we have all this selling volume coming in. And again, if we go and have a look at the lower time frame, the gold daily, you can see that although everybody's screaming that gold is in a wonderful bull up run, right now we do have a downtrend on the daily in gold. Would it allow us to take it? No, but it would allow us to take our profits out of this trend up, and I will come on how we take profits, etc. And you can see we've got the ultralight volume dot coming in, so we're expecting that there will be a turn on this to the upside, and it will re-continue in the same direction as the weekly. And again, if we go and have a look at the euro, you can see that on the euro 5 minutes, and let's get the major time when the markets are moving, you can see again the New York time. This is English time down here. This is an English program, Hawkeye. You can see that at the midday session, again the volume all clicks in. Hawkeye Roadkill, and I will come on to that later, has shown you that there's red volume on the 15-minute. We take the 5-minute and multiply it by 3. We always take our fast time frames and multiply by 3. We have our heat map, and we have our trend, and that's taking us down. And again in the afternoon session later on in the day, we get that again. So the Hawkeye volume is working on all the time frames, whether it be 5 minutes daily, 60 minutes, 240 minutes, etc. The volume is going to show us exactly where the professionals are buying and selling. It also works on tick volume. If you want to do that in TradeStation, you fool the program by taking tick count, and it's about 80% as accurate as if you were looking at real volume.